Olugero lwaffe olwa Wangu ne Wambwa tugenda nalwo maaso mu Lungereza. Kabwanango, the leopard and the dog. Under normal circumstances, we always have occasions. For example, introduction ceremony, visitation of in-laws, wedding ceremony, succession ceremony, birthday parties, and many others. We have it observed in accordance to the leopard and the dog. They were friends indeed. Each was legally married, and each was a parent. The leopard had only one child. The dog had 3 children. One day, the leopard prepared a feast to his in-laws. He had to put presents into consideration that he could offer to in-laws' family. A variety of gifts and presents. He had to look for baskets in order to wrap gifts, presents like the following: mushrooms, fresh meat, beans, maize, sesame, cowpeas, millet, pineapple, mangoes, oranges, pumpkin, guava fruits, apples, jackfruit, and many others. The leopard made a solution. He kidnapped the puppies. He wrapped them inside the basket in order to surprise his in-laws. Eventually, it was a day for their departure. They had to carry all presents on their heads. On that very day, puppies were nowhere to be found. The dog searched for his children. Thus, he found out they had been placed inside a certain basket, looking like gifts. Though the puppies never minded, they thought they had been kept in a safe place. The dog never tampered with the leopard's plan. He never minded that time. They began their journey then. But among the presents that the dog carried, his children were inclusive. But while they were moving, having reached in the middle of the journey, the dog is said to have suffered from a stomach disorder. The leopard advised him to go for a shortcut in order to ease himself. He even informed him to go with his luggage. Thus, the leopard could not keep the dog's luggage. The dog got an opportunity then. When he entered into the jungle, he unwrapped that very basket where the puppies had been. He removed them and he defecated directly in the basket. He wrapped the basket back up the way it was. He returned and they continued their journey. The trip was so boring. Then they designed a solution to control the boredom. The dog brought in an opinion that they had to compose some songs, so everyone had to compose their own. The leopard sang by saying, "Okunya olukende, okunya olukende, ng'olwa Wambwa. Okunya olukende, okunya olukende, ng'olwa Wambwa," which literally means, who twists his, I curl up and twist my waist like a dog, or like Mr. Dog. That is what it literally means. Also, the dog sang by saying, "Kitwala amazi ku bukodomi bwe, kitwala amazi kitwala pupu ku bukodomi bwe," which literally means, who carries feces to his in-laws. The trip was fun. Remember, the leopard had its cub hidden somewhere. When they arrived at the in-laws' house, they were warmly welcomed with joy and happiness. They were served food. They were also served drinks and beverages. It was love, joy, and happiness. It was an extraordinary celebration. At the end of everything, the dog escaped undetected, as if he had left for urinating. Thus, he escaped and disappeared. He approached the spot where he had left the puppies. He spotted the puppies and ran with them to the man's house. He asked for help. He told the man everything as it was. The man understood the word concept. The man informed the dog not to worry. The man tightened security precautions through or by lighting fire. He pulled out weapons, that is to say, a spear, a pang, an axe, a shoot, a bow and arrows. She was preparing a war against the leopard. The dog undertook to ensure safety and order at home in case was secured. Then it was time to open the presents. The in-laws started opening presents at that time. The leopard set aside a basket with the special gifts so that they are unpacked last. The leopard wanted to surprise his in-laws. So the moment they unpacked the basket, it was stinking. There was a lot of bad smell. They determined it was the dog's feces. The leopard was so ashamed. The leopard lost his self-esteem. Leopard immediately recognized that it was the dog who had done this. He followed the dog where he had passed, over the path to the man's house. He noticed that the man had been waiting for him attentively. The leopard was forcibly driven back. The dog was then released from the danger zone. Since then, the dog and the leopard became enemies. They became strong hostilities towards each other. The dog began to live with people. He is the head of the security, law and order department. And when hunters go hunting with their dogs, when the dog detects the smell of the leopard, it escapes from the hunting grounds back to its homestead. That is the end of our legend. Thank you for following. Please subscribe and follow. Like our channel. Thank you. That's the English version.